All right, so how many people love Christmas? Everybody like Christmas? I want you to think about what are the things that you enjoy. What are your favorite things about Christmas? Is it the gifts, visiting your families? Is it the decorations, the lights, the cookies, Santa, eggnog? Oh, I love that. And let's go a little deeper. What are the feelings that are evoked in you at Christmas time? What are the feelings you feel in the anticipation building up as well as the experience of Christmas Day itself? Is it joy? Is it hope? Is it happiness? Is it optimism? Is it feeling sentimental or kind or prosperous or generous, feeling blessed? What are all the feelings that you feel at Christmas? And as wonderful as all those, and there are way more, childlike joy and excitement, I would say there's one that I think we need to consider. And in a larger sense, I think Christmas makes us feel and helps us to feel grateful. Whether we got what we wanted or didn't, whether we had to work on Christmas Day or not, whether we are into the hustle and bustle or not, I absolutely believe that Christmas in the largest sense evokes in us a deep level of gratitude and appreciation. Christmas, I believe, helps us realize how blessed, how enriched and wonderful our lives are. Regardless of how we feel about it, I believe the spirit and the meaning of Christmas, as we connect with it, helps us to all feel grateful. And so this morning, I just want to go over three things that I think that Christmas helps us and should help us feel more grateful about. And the first one is to feel grateful that the Spirit of God is alive and lives in you. That when it says, "For unto us a child is born, a Christ child," that's the Christ light. It is the light of the world. It is the Spirit of God that is born into each and every one of us. When Jesus said, "I am the light of the world," he also said, "You are the light of the world." He said that light that dwells in him also dwells in each and every one of us. And if God's Spirit dwells in us, that means we are powerful spiritual beings. It means that you are a powerful spiritual being because that light and Spirit of God is in you. That I am a powerful spiritual being. That is the truth, and we should feel grateful about that. I am a powerful spiritual being. Let's say that together. I am a powerful spiritual being. The Spirit of God lives in me. Together, the Spirit of God lives in me. Sometimes we don't think we're powerful spiritual beings. Sometimes we think we're helpless and we don't have any control or power or ability to change our lives. But in 2 Timothy, it says this: God has not given you a spirit of fear and timidity, but a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline. We are powerful and amazing spiritual beings. Christ in you is your hope of glory, that it is within us. God's Spirit is in us. Kind of reminds me of this minister, and he received a bottle of peach brandy from one of his congregants, and he loved it so much, and then the next Christmas, the same congregant gave him another bottle of peach brandy, and this went on and became a tradition. And, the minister started expecting it. And so about the fifth year, he went over to the guy's house. The guy gave him the bottle of peach brandy. And he said, Rev, I have one condition, and that is you have to publicly thank me for this bottle of peach brandy at church. And the minister was just so excited. He said, sure. And he took the bottle and he went and he continued to enjoy it. And then the next week was so busy, he didn't really think about it. And it wasn't until Sunday when he was moving up on the platform that he realized he had to thank this guy for a booze. The minister thanking a congregant for the alcohol he's supplying him. And he's trying to figure out, how do I get around this? How do I do this and still honor the guy? And so he said, I would like to thank and express my deep gratitude to Joe Smith for the Christmas gift of peaches, and especially for the spirit in which he gave it to me. So we need to express our gratitude for the spirit in which is in each and every one of us. I mean, what could be more exciting than realizing the truth that the same creative intelligence and power that made the sun and the stars and the ocean, and the roses and the bougainvilleas and the hummingbirds and everything you could think of that's amazing in life also made us. Should we not be grateful that we've been created in the image and likeness of God, and that spirit and that wisdom and that intelligence of the divine is within each and every one of us? I am grateful to be a powerful spiritual being. Together, I am grateful to be a powerful spiritual being. I am grateful the Spirit of God lives in me. I am grateful the Spirit of God lives in me. That's the first thing we should be grateful for about Christmas, is that Spirit of the Christ is in us, that Spirit of God in us. The second one is to be grateful for how loved we are. I want you to think about the people that you bought gifts for and what that was like, buying those gifts for them and giving those gifts to them. And then what about the people who bought you gifts? What was it like receiving that gift? And what was it like opening that gift? Because I would bet that it all reminded us that we're loved, that we are able to love, and we are very much loved. And you can add that to the cards that we sent and the cards that were given to us. The parties we were invited to and the people we invited to our parties. And all those ways that they all add up to one thing, that we are loved and cared for by others, and probably appreciated by more people than we realize. In our family, in our neighborhood, at our work, in all areas of our lives, we are loved. People love and appreciate and care for us more than we even realize. In all these subtle ways, everyone you wished a Merry Christmas, there are all these different ways at this time of year of expressing and appreciating love for one another. Even for strangers, we express this. And it's all about love. And Christmas should remind us of that love that is in us, that love that is shared and experienced in so many different ways. So this father calls his son. He's in Phoenix. He calls his son in New York. And he says, your mother and I are getting divorced. And the son says, what? You and mom are getting divorced? No, you love mom. And he says, no, we can barely stand each other. He's like, what do you mean? It's been 35 years you've been together. Not 35 years of torture. So we are getting divorced. And he said, no, did you tell my sister? We need to talk about it. He said, I don't want to talk about this. You can call your sister and tell her we're getting divorced. The brother calls the sister, and the sister immediately calls the father and said, Dad, have you lost your mind? You're getting divorced. This is crazy. Don't be so reactive. Just wait. Me and our brother are going to come down. Everything's going cool. We're going to talk it all out. And so they hang up the phone. Husband turns to the wife and says, I got good news. The kids are coming for Christmas. And we don't have to pay for their airline tickets. We are more loved than we realize. We are. And can we love better? Of course we can love better. We can all be considerate and more thoughtful and caring to one another. But we need to celebrate and be grateful for the love that we have in our lives. Because like anything else in life, that the law of attraction and expansion is that when you put out more and appreciate more, you'll get more. So think about the people you love in your life now. And it's to celebrate them and appreciate them and be grateful we have this level of love. The people literally care about us, that our lives matter and make a difference to more people than we realize. And it's to really be grateful and celebrate and appreciate that. And how many people have never seen It's a Wonderful Life? Okay, great. So we all know It's a Wonderful Life. I love that because here's George Bailey in Bedford Falls, makes a mistake, or Potter steals his money. Anyway, he thinks he messes up royally to the point that he wished he had never been born. Could you imagine that? Wishing that you'd never been born, that life would be better for everybody if you weren't here? And then so with his angel Clarence, he sees what life would be like if he wasn't there and realized how many lives he impacted and how many people he would have missed experiencing. And at the end, when everybody finds out and they end up chipping in, the one thing of that story is he didn't realize how loved he was. People out of the woodwork came to help him and to support him. And I would say this would be true to every one of us. Life wouldn't be the same without you. You do not realize the impact that you have on so many people. And there are so many people waiting and wanting and desiring to connect and to help and to be there for you. And I think we need to celebrate all the various ways that we experience love and connection with others. And that's a huge thing to be grateful for, that Christmas helps remind us of, that we are loved. And the last thing is to be grateful for the power to live abundantly. Jesus said he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. And the question is, are you living life as abundantly as you can? Are you living life as fully, as lovingly, as joyously, as freely? The funny thing is, even though we have the Spirit of God in us and that we know that we are loved, which is a huge platform for creating a great life, is that sometimes we hold back on the way we live. We hold back on the way that we love. We hold back on the way that we dream. We hold back on daring and taking chances. We end up settling and playing small in so many areas when we are powerful spiritual beings, when we are so loved. What more would we need to create a more amazing and wonderful life? Christmas reminds us that we have that power in us and that love in us to move forth and create something amazing and awesome with our lives. Christmas is about to be over, but it's really the beginning of the reawakening of that power in us to live and to step forward into the new year and live more prosperously and live more abundantly. The Apostle Paul said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Jesus said, you shall do these things and even greater things shall you do. So both of those scriptures says you can do all things and you can do greater things. The question is, what do you want to do? As we step into this new year, what do you want to create? What do you want to experience? What do you want to build? What do you want to change? What do you want to transform? I really believe that life wants to live through us. To live fully, to love fully, to live more abundantly, to live more creatively. And the question is, are you willing to let life live through you in a bigger and greater way than you have allowed life to live so far? The truth is, no matter what is going on in your life, you have that power to live more abundantly, to choose, to decide, to set goals and intentions, to use your imagination, the power of vision. You have incredible resources, incredible tools and power to make a difference, to build something lasting that is calling you forth. I ask you, think of one area in your life you'd like to open up to let life live through you more fully, to live through you more freely and abundantly. So as Christmas is about to leave, I think we should all get excited and be thankful for this sacred season, that it will help us be grateful that the Spirit of God is in us and realize that I'm a powerful spiritual being. To be grateful that we are so loved and to express and cherish that love, and to be grateful that we have the power to live life and live it more abundantly. So let's use it to make this new year a great year. God bless you all. Merry Christmas, everybody.